Hi guys, and today we have a special guest with us. Hello guys, I'm Top Table Steve, and today I am joined by Pat Gaunt.
Yep.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Very well. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about your app stroke website thing that is just like making life a hell of a lot easier for people like me who can't keep track of things. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your Battle Companies Manager?
Sure. So Battle Companies Manager is a website that I made to help you manage your battle companies throughout the campaign. So it tracks your progression, your warriors, your might, will and fate within battles, a whole load of things to make your life easy so you don't have to do it yourself.
So get rid of that pen and pad.
Get rid of the pen and pad, exactly.
So I've used it today, first time using it properly. I had to fiddle around with it when it was first released, and because I'd not played Battle Companies, today was my first game.
Yeah.
How did
it go for you?
It went all right, yeah. All right. I got smashed. But yeah, having used it today, straight off the bat, I can see how much easier it's going to make my life. So it's perfect for people like me. So anyone getting into the game, it's perfect for people who are already playing Battle Companies and are sick of writing things down on paper and scribbling things out and rewriting them, etc. What made you come up with the idea of creating it?
Sure. So the first thing that I had is I didn't have anyone to play with much, so I got a couple of friends involved in the game, but they weren't tabletop gamers themselves, so I ended up managing all of our companies, just myself.
Yeah.
And it became a bit of a chore using the PDF, monitoring everything down, and then I used to scan it in or enter the details in and then store it all online. And it became a proper faff trying to work out the points cost. There's various rules which matter. If you get 3 wounds and attacks, then all of a sudden the cost of your items goes up. So I wanted to create an app for myself that would make my life easier in doing this. And as I started to create the app, I realised, hang on, this could be pretty good if everyone could use it. So I decided to widen it out and make it so anyone could sign up and create it. So the key was making an app that calculates the points for you. That was the most the most obvious thing, because there's so many rules behind it, and it levels the playing field so everyone makes sure they're using the same rules. So that was the key to creating the app, really.
So I think one of the things straight off the bat there, you brought 2 guys into not wargamers, quite new to it. So they're coming into a game where they don't really know the rules of how to play the basics of the game, and then to play Battle Companies as well, you're throwing a whole new aspect
to keep track of everything.
Stat tracking, So I mean, it's just making life easier for them, life easier for you if you're kind of a like the old game master types who are keeping track of everything. It is really nice. Visually, it's beautiful. But you know, it's not just pretty; it does everything that it needs to do. You've updated it a couple of times.
I'm releasing regular updates. So when it first released, every couple of days I was releasing updates, and over Christmas it slowed down a bit. I got a bit busy with family things, but in the last few weeks again I've been releasing a bunch of updates. Awesome. And there's always more to come. And I keep telling people, if you've got feature requests, if there's anything you can think of, let me know. And
the more people that use it, you'll more things go. How many people have you got using it at the moment?
So just about 1,500, going over 1,500 now. So I mean, daily I have 150 users on the app.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. So it's helping a lot of people. So if you've not checked it out, make sure you do check it out. We'll have the link in the description below. And just click that. It's website based.
Yeah, so it's web based, so any device can use it, desktop, mobile, whatever. You just bring up your browser and you can. You
create your login, etc., and then you can on your desktop, and you can log in from your phone, which is what I did. And it's kind of a play by play, so it's not just for keeping track of stats. You're using it during the game. So you're marking things off, etc. And then at the end of the game, you're doing all the bits and bobs that you need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at the app in action.
Okay, so here we are on the homepage. Just gives you a bit of introduction to the app. We'll sort of jump straight into our companies. So the app is free to use for anyone. You just sign up at any point and you can play around with it. You can see here that I've got 4 companies, and there's no limit on the number of companies you can create. So if you've got various campaigns running at any time, then you can create as many companies as you need. So you click into your company and it will bring up your details here. You can see I've got my 6 guys. Unfortunately, I lost one of my guys in the first battle, so I'm down to 6 already. Each model can have its own image you can upload. So obviously you name your guys, and then everyone gets a little profile, so you create your own cards with the photos of the characters. It lists all of their stats and their might, will and fate. and any war gear and special rules that they've got, sort of as you would see them in the army rulebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally at the bottom here, you've got the amount of experience they've got, because as you hit 5 experience with battle companies, that warrior levels up, and you can either become a hero, or the hero will level up and progress on their path. You can see also that you've got a leader and your 2 sergeants, so you can easily keep track of who is a leader and who is a hero model in your company. Again, you can have as many warriors as you want to in the campaign. There's a limit according to the rules of how many warriors you can have, but the app doesn't restrict you with any of that. You can just keep adding warriors to go. Up the top here, you've got your company details, so you can see we've got the rating of the company as well as the amount of influence they've currently got that you can spend, and you've got your edit details for your company, your print button, your share button, which we'll go into in a bit. One of the sort of big requested features was the ability to save a profile and reuse it, so you don't have to keep entering the same stats over and over again. So the app doesn't store the profiles for any models itself. You have to enter them all yourself, so you have to have the rulebook to enter it. However, you can create a profile. So if you go to the My Profile section here, it gives you a list. These are the ones that I've created already, so you can see I've created a Feral Uruk High here, and you simply enter all of the stats, the base stats for that model, and then when you come to create a warrior later on, you just choose it from the drop down, you say Feral Uruk, and it will pre-fill everything for you, so you don't have to keep creating it every time. And the same is for war gear and rules and spells, anything that you want. So for example, armor is a classic one. Pretty much every model has armor, so you create your armor and your war gear. When you're creating the warrior, you go to the war gear section, you just select it from the drop down, put in the amount of points it costs for that model, and it'll adjust the stats accordingly. You don't have to keep entering it every time. And you can store all the special rules and everything you need, so that when you're in a battle, you can just click on one of the items. So for example, if I wanted to know what an axe did, I can click on axe and it would tell me you can do a piercing strike and what the rules are. Again, you enter all the rules for this, so if there's something that you find would be more useful than the rules written in the rulebook, you can put whatever you want in there. And you can have characteristics changes. Like for example, a shield would have +1 shield, +1 defense, as well as the shielding special rules that come up on the overlay. Finally, once you've created your company, you want to actually run your battle. This is great. It calculates all the points for you. You'll notice that all of the warriors have their points cost, so everything that you change will update in real time, and it will give you an overview at the end of how it generated those points, so you can double check it. Great for managing your app, but then within the battle itself, obviously you've got to keep track of your might, will and fate, as well as the wounds and the kills that each of you guys have. So you can go straight into start battle here. The first thing we see is that Helm, my leader, has an all battle wound, so first thing you have to do, roll to see if he can take part. We'll assume he can in this case. Then you have to enter the influence of the rating of the opposing company, and that will work out your rerolls. So if we say the opposing company is 120, it tells you here that based on that you'll get 1 free reroll and 1 bonus influence.
So it's leveling the playing field.
Exactly, and it does all this calculation for you. The rules state it's 15 points, and the app will do it. You don't need to worry about calculating anything yourself. So you enter this screen here now, and it will give you roughly the same view, but now you can see that you've got these plus and minus for the might, will and fate. So you can really easily keep track of who's got what, who's spent their might, who's spent their will. And at the bottom you've got number of wounds inflicted, so as you inflict your wounds you can keep track of that for the experience, and you can mark someone as wounded, so this is the amount of wounds remaining, and if one to go to 0, the card will flip over and you can see that they're wounded. So if we go through and just
so cool.
So cool. The classic card flip, everyone loves that. So we'll add in a bunch of experience for various people here. One thing you may notice as well is you've got a flee button, so if your warrior fails his courage check, then he can flee. He doesn't count as injured, so it will flip him off, flip his card over, but it won't actually.
It won't flip him off.
It won't flip him off. Additionally, you'll see that this guy's got the old battle wound, so any injuries that they have show up on the profile card, so you can keep track of that as well. But again, leg wound, -1 movement. The app will take that into account and reduce the movement automatically, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Finally, at the top here, we've got the bonus influence and the bonus reroll. So as you're using the app, you'll reroll something, and you can keep track of how many rerolls you've got. And also we've got the break points and the quarter point, which is really useful for people knowing when the scenarios are going to end. As your guys get injured, so if we injure this guy as well, you notice that we now go to 2 out of 4. As soon as you hit broken, it will say broken instead, and you know it's time to start rolling. So once you've finished your battle, you click end battle, and the first thing it asks you, win, draw or loss. Fairly simple, so we'll just assume the company 1 in this case. Now, there's a lot of scenarios which offer you a bonus perk. So, for example, in the Tame the Beast, if you kill the cave troll, then you get a free level up for a hero, or the warrior becomes a hero himself. So this is where you get to choose that. You can either add additional influence from the scenario, a bonus level up, some bonus experience for a certain person, or a bonus rule gear item, which some of the narrative scenarios have.
Yeah.
So if we assume that this was a kill the cave troll, tame the beast scenario, then we can say bonus level up, choose which warrior got it. So we'll say Helm, our leader, got it. And then when we go through the post-battle process, it will straight away give him a bonus level up. So you click continue, and it takes you into the resolve injuries screen. Tells you that you've got 2 injured warriors, so you need to resolve those. Click continue, your card swipes in, and obviously you do a roll to
do your roll,
and you just select the result from the list. So we'll say he's got a full recovery, and that's fine, you can carry on. And we'll say Helm, for example, Hathane, for example, gets a leg wound, so we can see the -1 movement. You click continue, and that will now apply that to his profile.
Yeah.
Next, it tells you about the experience. So it says 6 of you guys have experience, and again, same process. He goes through each of your warriors. So straight away, Helm gets his bonus level up. So before it's done anything, so we'll roll for this, and we'll say he got +1 strength. Click continue, and then it starts counting your experience. In this case, he's now hit his 5, so he gets a 2nd level up.
Yeah.
And you can choose either the characteristic change, a new special rule, and it will give you a list of special rules from your rules section, or if he's a mage, then you can choose the spells. In this case, I don't have any set up because I don't need them yet.
Yeah.
So we'll choose heroic presence for this guy, and on we go. So then you basically step through each of your warriors, and they roll for whatever they need to have. Choose some guys.
Straight off the bat, I can see how user-friendly it is, and I say that in the sense that you're not doing anything extra that you wouldn't have to do with a pen and paper.
Yeah.
It's just you just click in its drop-down menus.
Yeah, exactly. Everything that
you
create is then selected in a drop-down menu. It makes it much quicker for you. You don't have to keep sort of rereading the rules and entering the details again. And the other thing is, because it does all the calculations for you, once you finish a battle and your guys are like, you've gone through this process, and as you say, this is all what you normally have to do anyway. Yeah. You then just click finish, and it adds up all the points and everything for you, and you can jump straight back into your second game rather than having to then get out the calculation, work out the points again.
It's just making it easier for you to do what it is that you've bought the miniatures, paid the miniatures for, to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Saves you so much time. So you will have noticed when I clicked continue on the final warrior there, it worked out the influence that my company gets. So we got the win result is 4 plus the 1 from the against the odds.
Bonus,
so it added 5 influence to my company. None of this has been saved at the moment. So if you've played a battle and for whatever reason anything's gone wrong, if you quit out of this, your company will revert to the original thing. Once you click submit here, that's when everything gets saved and posted, and you'll see that it says that your company has been updated successfully. Yeah. And you'll now notice that Hathane has his leg wound, and so he's dropped down to 5 movement. Yeah. All of the experience has changed up, and all the stats are now adjusted accordingly. Yeah. And you'll also notice that the points have gone up as well. So Helm was 22 points initially. He's now got his extra strength and his new ability, and he's now 32 points. Yeah. So it just saves you from having to do anything at all. You can literally just jump straight into the next battle now, and everything will be correct and as is. So from here, we can now spend our influence as you normally would. So you could create a new warrior, or you can edit a warrior. All you have to do is click on a warrior, and that will bring up this overlay, and you can adjust any of these stats. We're going to create a new video later to kind of go on a how-to video, show how to create all your warriors and the various ways of doing it. But anything that you do here, you can set how much influence it costs, and your influence will automatically update, keeping everything in line.
Awesome.
So even though we're using the desktop version here, the app works across any device. So I tend to use it on a tablet. It gives you a nice sort of 2-column layout. A lot of people, majority of people, use it on the mobile when it goes to a single card layout. You can use it on any device you like. I tend to find that setting things up at the beginning is easier on the desktop, just because you've got a bit more space. And once you've created your profiles and things, then using it, creating new warriors and things on the app is super simple. So this is what we've got currently, and people are using it, and it's getting good reviews, which is nice. So that's just a quick overview of the app. So that's what we've got at the moment. But as I said at the beginning, I'm always looking for more ideas and more features. So the biggest thing coming up at the moment is the groups feature, which is going to allow you to create a group of all of your friends that you currently play with and store their companies in it, so that you can really quickly jump in and view their companies from that one screen. Yeah. And then down the line, there's potential for that to allow you, when you start a battle, you can just select one of your friends to battle, and it will pre-fill all of their rating.
Kind of syncs the two.
And you have to sync it. So there's plenty more to come. Yeah. And so if you've got any feature requests, then let me know. If you've got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Want to hear it.
Exactly. So do check it out. Try and use it in some games. I as I said, first time using it today. First time sort of really delving into it. Dead easy to use. Before I actually put in an actual battle company, when I was just messing about with it, I was putting names in. I was like, it's a bit daunting. I didn't know what I was doing, but when you're using it for real, it's kind of self-explanatory, and it's just really easy to use. Check it out. Make sure you download it. And you've got some other stuff that's in the pipeline, possibly.
Yeah. So the next app, I guess, is more of a generic app for the proper game. How would you say it? So the idea is to have a similar sort of thing where you can create your army lists within the app, and then have the battle manager to keep track of might, will, and fate of your heroes. Yeah. Keep track of how many warriors you've got, so it can work out the breakpoints and various things as you're going. So all very sort of theoretical at the moment with the planning stages of where we're going with it. But
it's exciting stuff. And I don't think we've actually mentioned Pat is the creator of our overlay for the live battle streams, and it's basically enabled us to do what it is we do with a lot more ease. I say ease. I'm in control of the mouse most of the time. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, it's an amazing app that we wouldn't be able to do what we do if it wasn't for that. The Battle Companies app is amazing, and I have no doubt that the app for the actual game is going to just knock socks off everything else.
Hopefully.
So fingers crossed. We'll definitely be using it here at the top table. I think this has spurred me on. Ben's here with us today, and we're definitely going to do some Battle Companies content. We were going to do it. We were going to do it. We kept putting it off. But I think having this readily available to do it, it's just going to make it look so slick and make life easier for me, who doesn't really know what he's doing. Yeah. So we're definitely going to use it. So I mean, the other thing is as well, which you did mention previously, you touched on. It is a free app. Yeah. It's totally free. Pat's done all this in his own time, but he does have on his app Patreon links and PayPal links for anyone who would like to support Pat and help Pat keep doing what he's doing. I think it's well worth checking out, because especially if you're using it already and you're using it quite frequently, it's always nice just to get a bit of recognition for your time and your effort.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as you said, there's no ads or anything. It's a completely free to use, and that was the key. I wanted to create a nice app for everyone to use, but at the same time, obviously, it'd be nice to have some help to cover.
There's a lot of time gone into it.
There's a lot of time. Like hosting costs and things like that are obviously things to be considered. So it's everything is appreciated. So anything that everyone gives is great.
Exactly. And having Pat in the community and able to put things out there like this for us, we want to keep that going. So if you can help Pat out, that'd be great. So guys, that has been our video introducing Pat to you guys, the community. Make sure you get behind him. We are now going to go off and we're going to film a how-to on how to use the app more in depth. So do keep an eye out for that video coming soon. But a big thank you to Pat for coming down. And we will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.